viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now. Lock and load, bitches.
All right, good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday. This is the this is a couple days before Armageddon hits, or Snowmageddon. Are y'all getting snow, or y'all just getting cold weather?
I think we're just gonna be like 3 degrees too warm for it to snow. We're supposed to get rain.
Because it's supposed to start down there with you around in Texas somewhere and come this way.
Yeah, it says 85% chance of rain tomorrow. Ooh, $135 offer. What have I got an offer on?
Sell them all the toothbrushes for $135.
I wish. What is this offer?
Yesterday was kind of slow. All right, you look at the offer. And I'll say who's here this morning. JT, what's up? And good morning, Keith. Good morning or good afternoon, whatever the hell it is. Over there in
Easy Go golf cart charger. I got it listed for
Bill, good morning.
150, and they offered what? 135.
If you haven't clicked on eBay's announcements yet, you might want to this morning. Introducing eBay's partnership with Facebook Marketplace. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Are they going to screw up Facebook too?
Eric, good morning. Good morning. Who else we got? North Georgia. Good morning, Ron. What's up, buddy? Ping, you get up awful early being out there in the West Coast.
Well, that's $15 off. I think I will take this offer.
The world's greatest troll lag. Good morning, Norma. Good morning, Hank. All right, I quit reading now. Yeah, it's gonna be. We were in the 1 to 5 inches. Now we're in like a 3 to 8. There's gonna be ice. It's supposed to be like this when we wake up Friday morning. So, yeah, you got to do some timing. You got to think about it, folks. Remember, if you're in this Snowmageddon and you want to get your shipping and stuff out, the post office is closed tomorrow. National Day of Mourning for all the dictators in the world that no longer have someone who wants to give them everything they wanted. They're all mourning. President Jimmy Carter is time remembers. A lot of people are like, this is the third time he's passed away. No, this is the first time, because there would have been you would have seen flags at half mast. You'd have seen the state stuff. So I don't remember it. Ranked as one of the worst presidents until Biden showed up, but a genuinely good human being.
Yeah, I voted for Jimmy Carter. He may have been the last Democrat I ever voted for.
Yeah, I voted for Bill the first time.
I don't think I voted for Bill.
I
don't remember.
I was young. Too stupid to realize that the change that they wanted was just to change where my funds were going. They all suck, by the way. It doesn't matter what side it is. So since I have snow coming on Friday and I have Jimmy Carter leaving on Thursday, it's imperative that I get all my shipping done today. And I switched. I stayed 2 days handling almost. So yeah, he was in hospital for like 2 years. Yep. I had not even heard of Jimmy Carter. You mean you didn't have Jimmy Carter peanut shaped pancakes? What? Anissa says she doesn't believe she's voted for a Democrat. Well, in your great state, Anissa, you could have voted for what's his name? Turns out he's not that much of a Democrat after all. What's the big oaf's name? Had the stroke. He's leading the war. He's staunch Israel. He sounds more like a Republican than a lot of Republicans. Fetterman, that's him. Fetterman. Hey, Chastity. Good morning. What's up, the real Larry? Good morning. It's
Cowboy hat pancakes.
I got a negative feedback yesterday. I sent the message into eBay about removing this feedback, and they wouldn't do it. Okay, so I will admit that I messed up. I didn't see that it was a multi-order, so I sent the lady 1 tube of lotion instead of 2. No problem. I will do my normal, um, saying, "Hey, thanks for reaching out to me. Let me know. I appreciate it. Let me get your refund. I am so sorry that I messed that up. Please take my apology. Here's the refund. Have a nice day."
Mm,
That's generally what I almost 99% of the time, the customer is acknowledged. That's all they wanted. They go about their life. Uh, Generally, nothing happens. Well, on Saturday, when I was notified
there it is.
by Kate email, this person has 2,000 feedback and doesn't have the. Here's just opens a case out of the blue, and so I go to send him a message. Messaging is not working. Messaging goes to a page not found. Page not found. And I'm like, I got 48 hours. I will, no problem. I set my phone to remind me in 3 or 4 hours, whatever it was. Messaging is still down. Messaging was down for me on eBay all weekend. I could not reach out to the customer. What's the first thing that is this another one?
Golf cart
Or
charger.
you sold it? Oh, nice job.
It took 135. I think I paid up like $45 for it, but hey.
That's still a nice profit.
Hmm.
And so, Sunday morning I wake up, the phone is still telling me, "Hey, email this customer," and messaging is still down Sunday. And Sunday night, I'm like, I can't wait any longer. I just went ahead and refunded. Tried again. No, no messaging. Although, was it Monday or yesterday? I get up and there's a negative feedback. A customer has it set up where I can't reach. I can't contact them. They won't respond to me. So this is my only choice is to leave them a negative for sending 1 instead of 2, even though I got my refund or some shit like that. And I start reach out to eBay. I'm like, eBay, this is your damn fault. Customers mad they couldn't contact me, and your messages are down. I understand I messed up. I get it, but I have no ability to. I mean, I might as well be selling on Amazon. I can't talk to the customer. JT, I would have smoothed that out with the customer, even if I had to send them one of those. It's always the fucking $10 items. It's never anything that's worth a damn. A $10 thing of lotion. I
got a neutral yesterday, and the only thing it said was good.
And then I look at this person.
What the hell?
Sorry about that. I'm choking and dying right here on the screen. So then I look at this person's feedback and what she leaves. I'm assuming it's a she, but it could be a he. Who knows? How about the bitch leaves she leaves a lot of feedback, but she leaves a lot of negative. I haven't left a negative on eBay in years, and this bitch has 2,000. My friend Bren, y'all gonna have to talk me off the ledge today, by the way, because she's got one item for sale, and I'm thinking about buying it. Yeah, I know that's not always the proper thing to do, but damn it. Let me get to why did they make it so hard to see the feedback of all feedback? eBay really does hide somebody else's feedback. You have to open the item up. This is not made for good content, eBay. You visit profile. God almighty, eBay. Could you do anything other than make it so damn difficult? I mean, they truly do not want you to look at individual feedback.
So did the buyer send you a picture with their toes in it?
No, so negative feedback. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first page. 4 out of 25. 1. Only 3 out of 25 in that one. The next 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 out of 25. This bitch is not happy. Seller is selling fake cars. Seller is pretending to sell items and cancel. Seller is selling fake reviews. Seller neglected the rather important step. Listen here, bitch. You're about to get a negative because I'm not going to be able to stop myself from buying your one $10 card. So there we go. How angry is this person got to be? If you're that damn angry, go somewhere else. I sent the revision, but I don't expect anything. This is some angry PMS in person. I don't expect it. And if it's a dude, shame on him. He's just as bad. Lag that wasn't. I don't have a problem with it. I understand. I did not. And so, are any women sellers going to the Nashville meetup? Martha, yes. Jennifer, she's probably awake by now. Jennifer, she lives in North Carolina. She'll be there. She was there last year. There were quite a few ladies there. Must have been 50 or 60 or 70 people. So I don't know if you'll see Johnny. She'll hide, but she's going with it. Harlan's wonderful. You might as well say they're married. They might as well be married. His lovely other half will be there. So there'll be quite a few ladies there. We're trying to talk Chastity into going. That's right, Chastity. You keep thinking positive. It's a lot of fun. I made pretty good amount of money. The yard sales were insane. This year I am changing one thing about the yard sales. Anybody know what I'm changing this year?
You're taking your trailer.
No. You're on the right track, though. I'm taking the key to the topper this time.
I remember that. That was funny.
I'm not going to drive around with that big sail on top of the van. No, I'm not going to drive slower. Who thinks of that kind of shit? I'm not driving slower.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm not going to put the big sail on top of the van and then not have the key for it. That's awesome. Oh man, they gave me a lot of grief for that. Just wait till they get to this advanced age. Todd, tell them it's hard to think and be this old.
Yeah, it's bad.
Hey, Mike. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Yeah, Rural Squirrel. Kristen was there last year. She's really, really nice. I enjoy talking to her. There are a lot of man, I ain't running over nobody. And this, the thing you should be thinking about if you're riding with me is all the good shit you're gonna get because we're gonna be the first ones at the sale. That's what you should be thinking.
Broom.
You should be planning your departure. There is no. This is not like when your plane lands and they say everybody get up from the aisle, depart for your seats. Dude, I'll be coming to a stop at some point. Just jump out. Just jump out, roll, and then go right to the driveway. I still forget the first Nashville meetup we did when it was me and Phil. More Phil. I just said, "Hey, come to Nashville." When Glenn's in here this morning, Glenn's like, "I'm just gonna follow you around." Then he changed his mind and go, "How about I just ride with you?" And after we got done with yard sales, Glenn goes, "Yeah, I never would have been able to keep up with you."
And that's crazy because he used to race motorcycles, you know.
Oh man, you race minivans though; it's a different ballgame. JT drives slow. But it had a great time. I mean, so the one thing about this, so here's what I tell you about meetups. I tell them this a lot. So if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome to the Insanity. Appreciate you joining us. The live stuff, when you meet people in person, you know, you want to know something about the way somebody does business. You want to know specific stuff. They talk to you and tell you all about what they do. They'll answer questions. I haven't met anybody at any of these meetups that I thought, damn, that's a horrible person. Everybody's been extraordinarily nice, very courteous and kind. So I don't hang out anymore with late night drunk. So if something crazy happens, I'll probably miss it because I'm too old for that. But it's Nashville leans into the social aspect because they don't charge you anything to be there. You just got to pay for your hotel and what you eat and drink, or any entertainment you want. So it's all about the social, and that's the strength of these things is spending 2 or 3 days with good people you can ask questions about, and hey, what do you do this? What do you think about this? It's a good time to recharge. Hey, Robert, good morning, man. Rob or whatever we're gonna call you today. It's got to be cold where you are. How much did you get? A lot of snow in this craziness, Robert? You're right at the top of it. Johnny's been riding in the front seat. Y'all realize that she has nerves of steel. She's been riding in the front seat now for 35 years. And my goal in college used to be that if you got in the car with me, I was gonna make sure you had a near death experience. It's the some people have you knock on your door or want to spread the good news of the Lord to you and want to take you to Bible study. I'm just gonna put you in the front seat and let you beg because you're gonna go see Jesus and you need to straighten up your life. That's evangelism according to the beard. Oh wow, 8 to 9 inches. Mr. Pat, good morning. Good morning. She needs a medal for that. Yeah. No, I didn't get I had the 300. We lived in Wilmington when I got the 300. I was in college. I was driving the worst car to be racing around in, a freaking 4-cylinder Mustang. I had a couple Mustangs at Alabama.
Here's Scott driving at the garage sales.
I need a sticker with my own little van like that on it, but make it
Scooby-Doo mystery machine.
Since John said his sticker, John's on his show the other day talking about his stickers suck. I'm like, dude, you designed the logo and you made the stickers, and they suck. Okay, that tells me either you need a logo or you just gonna have to accept the fact that you suck. So Ping says she drove a Mustang back. I had a 79 and an 87. The 79 was a little 4-cylinder with automatic. I had to drive crazy because you could get out and jog faster and it would leave a stoplight. It had like 131 horsepower. At least the newer one had a 5-speed in it.
But it looks sporty.
Oh yeah, real sporty. That was the one I had. So I was on. When was I on break? Was it 89? JT, you're old. Do you remember the 80s? There was a big blizzard. North Carolina got. I think it was 89. I was visiting friends from high school. Mother had moved back to North Carolina, so I'd driven back to Kinston, North Carolina. It's where I grew up. And unbeknownst to me, the latch of the Mustang, the latch was working itself loose, and I didn't know it. And when you're in, it must have been 2 feet of snow, and I was trying to make my way back, and I was near Wallace, North Carolina, on a little 2-lane road. It was before 40 opened up, and the hood. If you've never been driving a car when the hood flops up over the windshield in 2 feet of snow, that'll scare the absolute piss out of you. By the way, and so the hood wraps on the windshield, so the hood's all dented up and banged up. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I went in the trunk and got a screwdriver and a hammer at 89. David, hey, good morning, Dave. Yeah, I took a hammer and a screwdriver and beat a hole into the front of the Mustang hood. Oh shit. Okay, let's get y'all ready for what y'all are about to receive.
I'll be real fucking gentle. What the fuck's he saying?
I should have just played the whole montage of all of them for you, Tom.
I'm gonna tell you what now. I need to start charging you for my attendance. If you
And for the rest of the time I owned that Mustang, there was like an oblong hole in the front of the hood because I never got it fixed because I was a poor college student. I got the latch to work again, but I had a coat hanger in the trunk, so I took the coat hanger and because I'm still 45 minutes from my mother's house in 2 feet of snow. I'm like, I'm not. Where am I going to stay? There's no Ubers. There's no Airbnbs. This is 1989. This is the dark ages. You didn't even have a cell phone, for God's sake. So if you didn't figure it out on your own, you were stuck. And so I punched a hole in the hood of the Mustang and coat hangered it and drove that bitch to the house.
Good morning, everybody. You know, Anissa, you can tell Anissa was a spoiled daughter when she was young. She said she had a yellow Cadillac and she didn't want to drive it. Back in my time, you drove what the hell you could drive because that was it. I mean, I had a 65 four-door Corvair for a while. I mean,
Dude, my first car was a 73 turd brown LTD with a light tan top. And somebody, I think it was John showed up. They're talking about Krager's. I'm like, who had time to put Krager's on it? I needed to listen to a radio besides AM. So I started working at McDonald's, and the first thing I bought with my McDonald's check was a damn Kraco.
yeah.
And I thought I was living. You could play cassettes in the car, and the only thing is, it was, folks. This is how primitive the '80s were. You didn't have rewind on this thing. If you wanted to rewind it, you either ejected it, flipped it out, and fast forward to the other side.
Yeah.
That's how you rewound a tape in the '80s.
Yeah.
I
had a Jeep. The Corvair was a company car that I used to deliver maps and pick up papers for my dad and whatnot. It was it started out green, but then it became candy apple red because I knew how to paint a car, and it sounded like it was going to explode all the time. And a friend of my dad said he had one. He had a Spider convertible when he was young, and he said he bought it brand new off the Chevy lot and drove it home, and he said it sounded like the engine was about to explode on it then. But
The Corvair had the engine in the back, didn't it?
yeah,
yeah.
it would hug a corner like a Camaro or Corvette or a Mustang would. It would, because it sat so low to the ground.
Those Spiders were the Chevy Monzas, right? It was a version of the Chevy Monza. Is that what it was?
No, it was
Spiders.
the Spider was a two-door Corvair.
You're talking about the Corvair Spider, okay? The
Yeah.
Corvair. They made a version of the Monza called the Spider that was crazy.
But I had a CJ5 when I was in high school, and it had no radio in it. So what do? You go down to Woolco and get a Kraco AM/FM cassette player and a couple of speakers and slap in that sucker.
Dude,
I was styling and profiling, boys and girls.
if you've never, so that LTD of mine that I had, that damn thing had a 429 in it with a freaking 4-barrel carburetor. And if you've never thrown a car in reverse at 65 miles an hour and see what happens, ooh. Because so I used to turn the lid on the air cleaner upside down, made it louder, and you go through the trees, and I was going from second into drive, and I went right to reverse. Man, my buddy's in the back seat doing something. It threw him into the front seat. That damn thing goes. That big Landbard goes, and then it cuts itself off. You start it back up, and you put it back in drive, and it takes like 15 seconds to sort itself out. It finally goes. I'm like, if I have to tell my father that I just screwed this transmission up playing with it, I don't know if I'll live to see into my high school days. But yeah,
I never had an 8-track player. And I'm sorry, Lag, that you didn't understand the word I was saying. I will try to enunciate and speak slowly for you people.
I went to Gibson's and got the 8-track player with the 2 wedge speakers on the back window. Shoot, yeah. In my 59.
Yeah, we got a long lost reseller. Hey, Kevin, welcome to the show. I thought you had passed, man. I ain't seen you in so long. Hey, Kevin, Nashville, April 25th to the 27th. If you can be there, it'll be a fun hangout. I was talking about you last night. Harlan was saying something. So last night was wing night, which wings are now closed, and so we were eating at a Mexican restaurant. I don't know how. Somebody asked about Cane's, and Harlan was like, "Didn't we eat with so and so in Vegas?" I'm like, that wasn't me. I wasn't there. So it was somebody. I said the last time I ate at Cane's, I was in Cincinnati, Ohio, coming back from the flea market with Kevin and Jennifer, and all I know is within an hour and a half or 2 hours of eating Cane's on the way home, all three of us had explosive diarrhea, and I ain't eating Cane's no more. That was terrible. I mean, it was awful. And I see Kevin later on that evening. I'm like, Kevin, did Cane's kill you? He goes, oh my God. It was one of those where you need a handicap stall to hold on. It was because you're having an out of body experience.
We get the picture. We get the picture.
I'm like, did I just drink a colonoscopy prep? What the hell?
But you know what?
Johnny's like,
good old days,
the hotel room smells like ass. What are you doing?
Yeah. But you know, back in the good old days, Scott, if you had something wrong with your car, one of your buddies probably knew how to come over and change the brake pads or something like that on it. You know, one of my friends, he helped me put the muffler back on my girlfriend, like it's supposed to be.
My dad and his best friend were mechanics, so they could fix whatever.
Okay, well, that's my dad wasn't a mechanic, but we learned. But you know, like I said, one of our friends always knew how to do it. We'd, Saturday afternoons we'd be in somebody's yard changing spark plugs and wires and stuff on a car. You know, nowadays, anything new, it goes to the dealer. You know, because hell, first of all, I can't get my fat ass over the hood to get down there, and usually you got to have a $500 tool to get the spark plugs out.
Time out. There is more to you than your ass that's fat.
Ping, if you said that in the South, they might run you right out of here. I've told the story of Raising Cane's. So Raising Cane's and Zaxby's are very similar. There's a little restaurant. I think it started in Andalusia, Alabama, called Guthrie's. And they were the chicken finger, and they still are here in Alabama. They're big stores in Auburn, Alabama. There's 7 or 8 of them through Alabama. At one point, the kids from Zaxby's and Raising Cane's all worked for the man who owned Guthrie's, and so they just took stole the idea because all the sauce tastes pretty much the same, and just went in different directions with it. The Zaxby kids went to Georgia, and then they did their chicken thing over there. Guthrie's is still. If I see a Guthrie's, I'll still stop. It's better than the rest of them.
Anissa, yeah, it changes. First of all, on Roberta's car, it's got a warranty on it for like 10 years. That if anything other than belts, tires, windshield wipers goes out on it, they pay for. They replace it.
And then, so let's say eBay is raising their rates, folks. So pay attention to that. It really makes a lot of sense. So I picked this up the other day. Picked this up Monday, and it's another example of knowing what you're doing. So this is a digital camera. I've got it listed for $250 on Amazon. It sells for about $180, $190 on eBay. The problem is eBay wants to charge me 15% to sell this. And then they want me to promote it, so I end up in the low 20s, folks. If you're not careful, you can send not even think about it. Send 25% of your sales to eBay fees. Amazon said digital camera 8%. Let's roll. I don't do pay per click over there because my name is not Grumpy Granddad Grandpa, so I don't do. There's no need for pay per click if I'm aggressive at the lowest end of the price at $250. So I'm going to get $50 more, $50 to $60 more for the camera. It's going to sell faster, and I'm gonna make more money on because I pay half the fees. So that's going to be a win all around. That thing should sell. I listed it yesterday. It should sell in the next 24 hours.
John, I like you.
Let
I
me get
like
out of
your.
the. By the way, if you want to block that person who leaves all negatives, their name on eBay is My Friend Bren. All one word. MY Friend Bren. BRENN. Block that buyer seller.
What were you saying, Tom?
I said I really like your photos you've been posting on Facebook.
I jumped on here for a reason, and it has to do with AI. If you guys aren't using AI, you need to learn it. You need to take the time and figure it out. It is a great assistant. And if I can, I'll share my screen and show you how I create that image fully automatic on a timer. I'll show you right here, right now. It'll make an image in probably 30 seconds.
So which of the AI are you using? Which one do you like the best?
I'm using Make right now.
Spell that.
Make. Make.
Okay.
Can you see that?
No.
Probably because Scott didn't let me share. Yeah,
What the hell are you talking about, John?
I can see it right there on the screen.
You're trusting my ability to share versus Tom's ability to see something?
Well, I
Appreciate
can't see.
that.
I can't see it because it's on a different window. What
Damn.
this is? Listen.
I find
this
your
is
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I trust you. I don't trust Tom.
Thank you.
I know you probably hadn't seen Star Wars, but I find your lack of faith
So
disturbing.
what you see here is make.com.
Okay.
You have to build a process for it to run.
Right.
All right. This says grab from a list of image ideas, put it through this router, delete the row, and add the row. So it's always looping. It takes the information, deletes it, moves it to the bottom. That's this top branch. Down here it says create a prompt for DALL-E, DALLE-E. I call it DALL-E. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, when I run this thing, it's now creating the prompt. It's going to pass it over, create the image, and I'll be able to open it up and show the image.
So is this their template, or is that something you built?
I built this.
Okay.
From scratch. Everything is done by me from scratch. It's now done.
Your best friend said he didn't study for this test.
Whatever. And there it is. I can't hear you, Tom.
How do you like tell it that you want it chasing the hat, or do you just throw it's just throwing variables out there, or examples?
Or
is that information?
I probably shouldn't open this right here, but I will. It is Grumpy Old Goat right here.
Uh-huh.
That's the scene. It actually pulled this one. Grumpy Goat chasing their hat, blown away by the wind.
Okay.
So did you just get AI to give you examples of pictures you can make?
Yes, the whole entire thing thing is done from Chat GTP. I go in, I ask Chat, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? Can you help me do this? Can you help me with this? The Chat has gotten so good now that it knows what answers I'm looking for. I'm starting to put these things by title in Chat. I'm talking about buying a business. So I go in and I'm asking about buying a business, one string, because it's learning from me and it's giving answers more towards what I have.
Scott's really being irritating this morning.
He just give me a hard time, which is fine.
You know what? I just think this is cool as hell. Is that those pictures come out and they're so cute. You need to make you a good one and learn how to make the mouth move when you talk and use that as your.
Wait, I've already done that. I got a talking goat. I'm not going to show it because I'm buying the company. Somebody mute that motherfucker.
He's the moderator. You can't mute him. Well, that's cool. That is really, really cool. I'm really impressed, John.
No, listen.
I'm really impressed, Tom.
I got voice animation already. But you have to understand, I'm playing around with this stuff. This is all a joke right now, these images and all that. It does have business. It does have business use. Nice sword, Todd. But it does have business uses. Amazon just said that all titles can't use the same word more than 2 times in the title. I have 1,800 listings. So I downloaded my listing titles, took it over to AI and said, chat, do me a favor. Can you find every line in this file that uses the same word more than 2 times? It broke out 552 and gave it to me in a file with an ASIN number so I can look it up and fix the title. You have to stop being scared of it and think of it as an employee that you can ask questions of. I can have it write scripts for advertising videos that I can put into another software that will generate an image for, will generate a 30-second ad based on the script and scenes that I put in, like a movie script. This is the scene. This is what they say. This is the type, what the person looks like. And I do it all with AI.
Well, I'm really impressed, John.
I got videos. I put a video up on Facebook, I think. I made a video for my granddaughter because she wasn't feeling good. It was a story of Billy the goat that, where did he go? He went to the circus. And at the end it said, dear, love you, hope you feel better, JJ and Gammy.
Cool.
And Landshark Picker says AI image generation is not perfect, especially if you use text in it. If you notice, all the images have 0 text. That took a lot of time to program that in so that it would put no text in my images.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Enough of this. I need to come on here as a talking goat one day.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That's what you can see. Lag. I tell you what. How about make lag one of those images? A hot chick with like 44 triple Z's, and
I'm knocking on Lag's basement door. Lag's in for a little bit of surprise around the 21st of this month.
Don't worry. If you want me to look up his address for you again, if you're going back into Jersey, I'll get it for you.
I don't need to have you look it up. I already had the police run them down. I got friends on that section of the area. Remember, that's where I grew up.
Are you from Jersey?
He grew up in Jersey, yes.
Turnpike or interstate?
Parkway.
Some kids I went to college with, they always talk. They'd say, "You from Jersey? I'm from Jersey." Yeah, where from?
Parkway.
Turnpike or interstate?
No, it's Turnpike or Parkway.
Well, they would say Turnpike or interstate.
Because the Parkway runs down the East Coast and the Turnpike runs from New York to Delaware.
Okay.
Pork roll or Taylor ham?
Yeah, that's how we know where you're from in Jersey. Pork roll or Taylor ham.
Okay. Is your wife from Jersey too?
Yeah.
But I think overlooked in a lot of the stuff. People focus on the changes in cost. every first quarter, what do eBay and Amazon both do?
What?
These are our spring
Wait.
changes.
Wait. Let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen again. Hold on. I gotta set it up first. Watch. I'm gonna show you what eBay said.
So did anybody look into this? I guess I'll read about it here after the show about the eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Does that mean it's going to be easier? Because I don't like the way Facebook Marketplace makes listings. If I could just eBay local pickup and have them show up in Facebook Marketplace, that would be good.
This is how I use chat. There's a summary of the new rules for eBay.
Delay payment sucks, by the way. Amazon's been doing that. Okay, platforms. If you want to do delay payments, that's fine. I'm a little nobody in nowhere, Alabama, and you MFers have billions of dollars. How about if you want to give somebody a loan, you give them the fucking loan and don't make me a loan shark. I'm just trying to sell shit. I'm not a loan shark. You know, that's very close to making me a banker. If I'm giving loans, John, you laugh. I sold something the other day. It was going to be 60 days. They allowed the customer 60 days on Amazon. So that means I won't get that for up to 75 days. When do I get paid interest on this? No, but you can bet your ass that the Amazon's get the benefit out of it.
You know why I'm laughing? After my Christmas payout, my reserve, the deferred payment that they show, was only $22,000. That's why I'm laughing.
But that makes a lot of difference to some people. That's a lot of money to some people.
But if you're a bigger seller, how much money do they keep and extend out? I mean, I can imagine some players that are much bigger than John that probably have thousands and thousands of dollars that Amazon is floating for you.
I got a guy that at the beginning of December, his deferred payment was over $100,000. I don't know what it is now. I haven't talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
100.
I mean, we talk about these things on a much smaller scale, especially with Amazon. But you got to realize, if I see it, what are these big players? It's really affecting. So you take a company that's got $100,000 float for 45 to 60 days. You know that materially affects their ability to buy inventory or pay employees.
And that started overnight. That was like one day it wasn't there, the next day it was.
Exactly.
So it wasn't like you were able to plan out your cash flow for it.
Well,
No way, Shay.
Thrifting brothers say it looks like it's time to get a real job. There's anybody in business that's been in business for themselves or has been involved in a business on a management or upper level scale. Float is just, that's it. I mean, it's just called different things in different industries. Like in the surveying industry, it's called you get paid when the deal closes. And sometimes that takes 60 to 90 days.
Here's the difference between the big sellers and the smaller sellers. The big sellers figure out how to work around it. You never hear the big sellers come on here going, "Oh, they're holding $100,000 of my money." What I hear,
well, if you go to
when somebody puts out that they got $100,000 being held, it's how do we adjust our cash flow scenarios to accommodate this? They're looking for solutions instead of bitching about the problem. I'll tell you right now, Amazon's not going to change it. eBay's not going to change it. You need to figure out how you can work around it.
You're right, Tennessee. And you're right, John. either go find you a job or learn how to live with it, or work around it. I know Scott is just looking for the big reason to go back to work for for Wendy's or Burger King or whoever.
And I'm not saying that there isn't a place or a time to come on here and say this shit sucks, you know, but that doesn't mean that's what you're dwelling on.
You got to be careful, manifestation. Putting that shit out there, and that you've been banned. That's the manifesting into the universe happens. I'm telling you, if something happens and it ends up happening, I will get my happy ass in the van and go do a drive-by in Charlotte.
Listen, if I have to go back to work, I'll go back to work. That's not where I'm at right now. I don't think it'll happen. And I think as a small seller, I think as a small seller, you can figure it out too. First of all, you got to stop looking at what you sold the item for versus what you have in the item.
A lot of it, John,
and I understand it affects your cash flow. It does affect cash flow. Trust me, I felt it when it happened.
If you look at it's just a different outlet. If the bigger sellers, you see a lot of them in Ed's group where they have a lot of the same problems. They don't bitch on YouTube. They bitch and complain somewhere else. A lot of the same stuff happens. It doesn't matter what size. For Amazon especially, they don't care what size business you are. They will. I mean, John could wake up tomorrow, God forbid, with a Section 3. I don't know how, because he manufactured all his own product, and he's a representative for. But it's crazy what they.
What's a Section 3?
Violation of business policy.
Who manufactures his own product?
One this morning they were reading about. I was reading about in Ed's group. The person got a Section 3 deactivation. They wanted invoices on a product that they sold last year, well over a year ago. Amazon, and they haven't sold them again. It's been over a year, and Amazon goes, oh, and by the way, we only take invoices in the last 6 months. You sold this stuff 18 months ago, but we only take invoices for the last 6 months. Sorry, it's the absolute stupidity of Amazon. It's designed to protect Amazon. I mean, they are organized theft. So what do they want to do? They want to keep your money. They want to go, oh, you violated our policies. We're allowed to keep your money because we are the largest organized theft ring in the United States is Amazon. Besides the federal government. The federal government, then Amazon.
Puddling Profits, I need you to expand on that question. Are you asking if I'm going to let you buy product from me that I manufacture that I currently sell? No. But will I have other products that you can sell? Yes. And I will be making an announcement once the deal is sealed, what the product is and what opportunities there are for small sellers. I will have opportunities for you guys.
So Thrifting Brothers said they're keeping close to $65,000 in inventory held hostage right now. That's the other sneaky thing that people don't realize. If you don't sell on Amazon, if you put all this stuff in FBA and they decide that you've broken they wake up and go, oh, you're deactivated. Not only are they going to keep your money, they're going to keep everything that you've got inventory, and then they're going to charge you fees on this shit and not allow you to take it out.
Yep.
At some point, there has to be somebody's got to get a way to get on a Rogan, get on one of these podcasts, and really expose to the public what Amazon does. I mean, it's got to get mainstream where you get it can't be just your local councilman. It's got to be somebody with a touch of pull, because Amazon has got to be broken up. They're a fucking monopoly. Who cares about one thing? Eric, that's another reason why I don't do FBA much.
John, I just saw your image pop up over on Facebook. Now you need to hook it up, send that over to your 3D printer and print it out on you.
I don't even look at that. I don't even look at them anymore.
Oh, is it automatically send it to Facebook?
That wasn't just sent. That was earlier. The guy with the hose.
No, this was okay. This was 16 hours ago. Has my
The guy,
Facebook?
the goat with the hose.
No, he's got flowers and he's got posies in his mouth.
Oh, you're looking at my Facebook page. Oh yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
That's not even
Yes.
online anywhere other than my page.
that is so cool.
So Steve, are they? So I'm throwing about Steve. Are they talking? Are they not accepting your invoices? Have you reached out and have somebody help you with some kind of POA or something? That Section 3 is one of the harder ones to get back from. Because that's the other thing, folks. If you've never done Amazon, you don't understand. You wake up and your complete account's deactivated, and they'll say you violated one of our policies, and they'll say, and that's it. They leave you to hunt, peck, and try to figure out. You call account health, and they'll go, well, maybe we're not enforcement. We think it might be this, but we're not sure. Maybe you should try looking here. It'd be like, okay, so you're at a university and you're a student, and you get a call to the dean's office, and they go, we're suspending you for the rest of your life, and you look at him and go, well, why? What did I do? Okay, we'll see you later.
I think Josh needs to call him into Washington and have a discussion with them.
Josh, he's a Canadian. What the hell?
Josh Hawley, the senator from Missouri.
Oh, Josh Hawley. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this Josh Galt is a Canadian. What they?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit
not
about
even-
them. They're Canadians. Hey,
They're not even the 51st state yet.
Did you cry when your prime minister resigned? Did you throw yourself down on the floor and just cry?
So, folks, if you don't realize the effect that these damn policies have. So I was listening to someone who was talking to the conservative guy in Canada. I forget what the guy's name is. But he was in an interview, and it was what's his name? He's Canadian. Who's the one that they hate in Canada? The who's
Prime
got a big male following. He's on Daily Wire. Somebody help me out.
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson was interviewing. That's it. Was interviewing the conservative side of the guy who they think might be the next prime minister, and it's very interesting. Over the last 8 to 10 years, Canada was less than $1 was less than the U.S. and per capita income and wealth of individuals, and now if you look at they've lost $30,000 in net value per person per capita. So what does that mean? You can go to, I think it's Ontario, which is the richest province in Canada, and you take the per capita income and the wealth of their individuals. Get this now. They are less than Mississippi. Mississippi is one of the lowest state per capita wealth in the United States is Mississippi, and now the richest Canadian province is now they are in worse financial shape than if you went and lived in Mississippi. For God's sakes, if you were Craig, Ole Miss fan, and I like Mississippi actually. I enjoy going over there. But if you go into Mississippi and realize there ain't a lot of big cities, it's a lot of farmland, it's a lot of just nothing.
A lot of swamp.
Yeah, I encourage you to go listen to the negative effects of these policies have on your individual wealth and what it's done. I mean, and what it does to your small business and what it does to how much more you have to make to earn the same amount that you're making today if you don't make more tomorrow. It's the hidden cost of inflation and the hidden cost of legislation and regulation, and it's just because so Josh and John and I will be hanging out before we start recording, and we'll record today for the podcast. Listen to the PPP podcast. It's got its own YouTube channel, and I'll say something like, I can't believe I had to spend $14 on a combo at Whataburger.
Oh my!
He will laugh. He's in Canada. He's like, I wish I could spend $14. He went and ate tacos the other day. was like $55 for tacos. I'm like, holy fuck.
We can get takeout from a real restaurant cheaper than we can, or as for the same amount of feeding this family at McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King.
Scott, throw that link
See,
up that's in the private chat. That's where my AI goats are on Facebook. It's in the private chat on here.
so Steve is Thrifton Brothers is saying 2 ASINs, a total of 3 items that are in that Amazon has a question about. This is an FBA Amazon seller since 2010. Sold just millions and millions of dollars on Amazon in good standing, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, there are 3 items. We're talking 3 items. We're not talking. I mean, they're going to destroy an account and a business and everything over 3.
They should have somebody picking up the phone saying, "Hey, we need you to look at this because something's not right here." Because if they walk away, they're going to lose. Amazon's going to lose money. And yes, that's just one account. But people start walking away. People start walking away. They're going to start losing more money and more money and more money. First of all, they got to.
Here's the way it works. Here's the way it works, Tom. I'm surprised I didn't get something with it. I was selling some stay free maxi pads. Customer sends it back. You know the reason they sent it back?
What?
It doesn't feel like I remember the last ones. These must be fake. I get them back. They never opened the goddamn package. But Amazon sees, oh my God, he's selling counterfeit maxi pads. This customer has stated he's selling counterfeit maxi pads. Oh my God, we've got to have invoices and everything because we believe this motherfucker who thinks that just getting free shipping back on a return because they don't want to stick those on their coochie or whatever is reason enough to shut down my business that I've been running millions of dollars and no problems whatsoever for years.
You say they had not been opened?
No, they hadn't been. When I got them back, they hadn't been opened. The customer was lying. Because they knows keywords and triggers to get free shipping back. If I want to screw you over on any of these accounts, I can get free shipping back. That's what I'm saying. That lady who does 15% negatives, who left me a negative, she's got 1 item for sale. I can order that card and describe it in feedback as being terrible. I ain't gonna be nothing she can do about it. I know how to get feedback on there where she can't get off. I'm just angry with her and her. You should be allowed to leave so many negatives, and then your ability. They do it to sellers. If you do so many refunds or you do so many of these, they take away your ability to do it. Then why, as a customer, once you've left so many negatives, hell, maybe to look in the mirror, the problem is you're not allowed to leave negatives for a while. They never do anything. A customer is never wrong on these platforms.
Texas Val says counterfeit maxi pads. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Counterfeit maxi pads are what Walmart sells and what CVS sells and what Walgreens sells. It's the same damn thing with their branding on it. Really, Lag? I've never even looked at what's selling on Walmart.
Walmart's doing a great job at items you need last minute. I need a cup of sugar for this cake I'm making. I need 10 more paper plates for dinner. Whatever stuff you need right away that you don't want to run out to Walmart for, that's what's selling. Walmart's problem right now is they're still in the wild, wild west stage of letting everybody list anything and everything on their frickin' platform. And until they get it under control to where the products that they have in the store down the street from me show up first, they're not, a lot of it's advertising.
A lot of these problems happen because of Amazon and their policies. If you guys weren't around and selling back in the early days of 2013, 12, 13, 14, when Frozen came out, and they were the commingle where they were allowing these sellers, Chinese sellers, to dump all this money, all this inventory into their FBA inventory as commingle, which means which means no stickers, no nothing. It all goes into a pot when a customer orders it. We just take one and credit you because it sold to your account out of the hundreds of thousands. Well, it turns out a shit ton of them were counterfeit. And so Amazon went down this road of punishment to all sellers because of their lack of controls on their inventory. And now it's just absolutely out of control with the Section 3s and the stupidity. Because they are so large and won't fail and have so much political clout and power, and the thing that Amazon, the boa constrictor of Amazon is the damn user agreement. That legally binding piece of shit that they make you sign, or else you can't sell on their agreeing to their terms of service, is the. I bet if somebody actually looked forward to it, there's a lot of shit in there that wouldn't hold up in court. The way because the way that they keep inventory and keep money and still and enforce fees, I'm telling you, all that shit's going. If somebody looked at it, it's illegal. There's no way that's legal in the United States of America. Man, this story went right off the rails.
Well, here I'm asking you a question. If you could sit down with Jeff Bezos, he's still
what the good does that do?
Wait a minute, hush.
He don't do shit.
I'm talking.
He don't run it He don't run it anymore. He's just a figurehead on the board.
Okay, still, if you could sit down with Jeff Bezos and tell him he's having problems and he's going to go from one of the richest men in the world to down in the bottom if you don't get the shit straightened out, what would you tell him?
Wait,
he already thinks that. He wrote a book saying that Amazon's going to be broken up and he's going to lose everything. He already thinks that.
Amazon will go bankrupt one day. It's his job as CEO to make that day as far out into the future as possible. He wrote that to the shareholders very early in Amazon.
Unless we get transporter capabilities, Amazon goes out of business is because they've screwed up. Because their distribution system is one of the best.
First of all, what you have to understand is Amazon does not give a shit about selling product online.
Yes,
that's not what they're after.
It's their data system.
It's not even the data. What they're looking for, and you have to see where they're focusing, is on everything else. We as consumers use Amazon.com because it's convenient. They don't care if you buy it at Walmart. What they want is the shipping. That's why they have ships, trains, planes, trucks. They can deliver their product themselves now. They're building a network for distribution. They're going to run their distribution centers on our backs for our products. That's their plan. It's just like Tesla. It's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk did not buy Twitter because he wants to, protect free speech. That's bullshit. He bought Twitter because it's the largest freaking data center in the world. And he knows that data will be the money in the future. That's why he bought Twitter.
Andy Jassy. Please, Andy Jassy is the CEO of Amazon, not Bezos.
Yes, and it's Andy at Amazon.com, and it gets answered the same way that Jeff at Amazon.com used to get answered. You got to understand that. Think about your business. Just think about what you do, Tom. If you 10x your business tomorrow, will your same systems work? No. Amazon's multiplied by thousands of times and had to change their systems and processes just like I do for my business. You all blame Amazon for all this and that. All Amazon doing is running a business.
Doesn't Jeff still control the company?
No.
Through stock?
No, he's on the board of directors. That's it.
The only thing he can control is who runs the company. He has no say in the company. I don't even know if he has controlling interest in the stock anymore.
It's according to AI, he currently owns as of the end of the year 9% of Amazon stock.
Okay, I'm seeing 11%.
He's the largest. The largest. He still is the largest individual shareholder.
But he's not controlling stockholder.
Nope.
See, that's the thing about it is that, and I'm not in the stock market game because there's too much crap that goes on in there. You pay a CEO $10 million to run a company in the ground. That's stupid. Take that money that you invested and go buy a piece of dirt. Slap a couple wobble boxes on it and make some money off of it.
So the problem with Amazon is they want you to follow a set of rules that they say that you agree to in the user agreement, which they update all the time, but yet they don't explain. I mean, there's no clear. If they deactivate your account for a Section 3, they should be required to tell you, why, what it takes to redo it. Whether you ever be honest, whether is this recoverable? They used to suspend people. Now they just deactivate your account.
Yeah.
The problem. Here's the problem with that. They don't have to. It's their platform. In certain states, I can fire you because you got brown eyes.
Yeah. South Carolina's one of those.
Without giving you a reason for it.
I understand that, but you also can face lawsuits and everything else for doing crazy shit like that. But
which won't hold up with the state in that particular state.
I've seen people talk about it. It's not as clear dry as anything. I mean, people exaggerate what you can do, what you can't do in a right to work state. But
right to work, that's it.
But that's how Amazon's getting away with it.
Well, Walmart, we have gotten to where we're ordering more off of Walmart than we do Amazon because we can have something within a couple of hours through Walmart. What is it? Walmart Plus.
You can't have one of my products.
I'm not talking about your products. I'm just talking about stuff that the normal people use. We can, because their warehouse is like 2 miles this direction, 6 miles this away, 7 miles that away. And with all the people like Steve running around delivering stuff, I mean, it's making it so easier than Amazon. Because hell, you order something from Amazon, and we've got a bazillion square feet over here, and it's been taking a week to get stuff.
The downfall of Amazon is going to be the public perception is they're going to run too many sellers off, and it'll become public, and when the public figures out what they've done,
Here's where Amazon's headed. I'd like somebody to clip this section of the show out and show it in 10 years. Amazon is headed.
We don't know how to do that. We're old. We don't know how to do that.
Direct from brand to Amazon to the consumer.
Yeah. They're going to be a big department store is what they're going to be.
Exactly.
The problem is most of the there's so many brands that don't want to do that. That's not the way they've built their business. They don't want to.
Okay.
They want to go brand as a middleman.
Those brands will suffer just like the sellers are suffering. That Amazon is just growing and growing in market share year after year, especially at Christmas. Lego was the first one that says we're never going to do that on Amazon. And guess what? Go look up Amazon. It's shipped direct from Lego.
I know several companies. They're small companies, but they use Amazon for their warehousing and distribution system. I mean, that's what they use them for. You can order through their website, but more people go order through the through.
If you order on their website, they fulfill the order through Amazon. There's a lot of companies like that. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's what Amazon is getting into because that's where they make the most money. You guys think they make fees. It's not. Their money is in APIs, all that freaking data source stuff, all the technology they have, and the network of moving a product.
These
That's
companies
where
just don't realize they just don't realize the peril they put themselves in by tying themselves to Amazon.
Yeah.
It's
But you know,
that's another danger. What happens when Amazon does this to the wrong company who finally stands up? I mean, Amazon is playing the same Russian roulette the other way against sellers as the sellers supposedly selling on Amazon play Russian roulette. Is because at some point they're going to piss off the wrong person who just says they don't give a fuck. They'll burn it down and give away everything to burn down Amazon.
I don't know. I don't have any
It,
problems with Amazon. You know that I don't have any problems with Amazon. I have no fear of selling on Amazon. Uh, you know, I don't expect to see a Section 3. I have enough uh, relationship with the manufacturers of the product.
so Phil is saying review some of the U.S. federal court documents on Internet Archiver. They
one
The
of
more
the
you look at Amazon, the more you realize how shady a business that thing is built off of.
But their their data management system. I don't know what the name of. Remember the name of it. Their computer warehouse. Um,
AWS. There
that's
it is.
it. Thank you. Um, I know of two companies that were using them for their servers, but with all the storms that been having, they've not been able to get to their. They were not. There was days they couldn't get to their information because they didn't have any internet access. And they screwed up. They screwed up a lot of things. So they've been gradually bringing. They're redeveloping their own servers at work. Yes, or at their place of business. Yes, it's costing a lot of money, but it cost them a lot of money because they couldn't get to their data because it's in the cloud. It's
So what's the
up there.
solution? Close Amazon and go back to eBay?
We don't bank with Bank of America. We don't care. Um, and that's
See,
what Bank of
Mark,
America was.
American, you don't understand why people buy from there. It's because it's the same thing it's always been.
Same reason to go to 7-Eleven.
It's convenient. It's the convenience factor because you don't understand. Okay, you got two opposites that work to explain this. If you live in a high rise in New York City, and do you want to have Amazon drop it off and it'll be there when you get home, or going to bring it to you, or you want to try to fight to get to to a local bodega? There's no parking. How do you go to a Target to get these kind of merchandise in a New York City? Okay, exact opposite. Kevin, Idaho Hillbilly. It's 2 hours round trip or 100 some miles just to get to a freaking Walmart or Amazon, and then we'll deliver it to you.
Did you
What do
call
you?
him the? Did you call him the Idaho Hillbilly?
Yeah,
Is that his real handle, or is that just what you calling him?
Kevin.
That's his handle.
Really? I thought Kevin lived in Missouri.
No, you're talking about Kevin Commonwealth Picker who lives in Virginia.
I don't
Two
know.
Kevins.
Okay. Anyway,
Two Kevins.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I thought you were just being rude.
Drifting to your point, and I fully understand. I would not want to wake up on Christmas that way. What I'm saying is that if something happened on Amazon, I know that my manufacturers have my back. I can go directly to the owner of the manufacturer of every company I deal with, every brand I sell. I'm not saying what you did was wrong or illegal or anything like that. I'm just saying in my situation that I'm as close to brand direct to Amazon as Amazon's going to get with the brands that I represent right now. And that gives me some protection. And I also have people that can get directly to Amazon. I'm in a program with Amazon where if I have a problem, I can pick up the phone and call them directly. If they suspended my account right now, I have a phone number and a contact that I can call directly at Amazon to help me work through the problem. Um, it's a beta program that I've been in for about 6 months. It's great. If I have a problem with a listing, I go there and I say, hey, I got a problem with a listing. Here's the problem. They look at it, and usually within 24 hours, it's resolved. If I was in your situation, I may not be as confident. I may feel a little, that suspension is a possibility. I don't see Amazon as coming after any one individual. Do I think AI and bots and all that shut down people for stupid reasons? Yes. From what I've seen, you said you had 2 ASINs and 3 products that this was considering. Not really sure what happened or why it happened. But if it was on my account, I could get it resolved usually within 24 hours maximum because I can talk directly to an American at Amazon. And that's something that most of the guys in the millionaires group that I'm in don't even have. So yes, I feel, that I'm safe.
But you have products that's being manufactured to sell through Amazon. So everything about the packaging, how it's, how it gets to Amazon, how it's processed by, all of that is built into it. So you shouldn't have any problems. And if you do have a problem, you know,
And I don't represent $1 million companies. Most of my companies are either I think the smallest company I represent is probably somewhere around $30 or $40 million in gross sales a year. They have access to Amazon.
But if you read an Ed's group on Facebook, he'll tell you stories. There's companies bigger than you that get axed and carried off.
Yeah,
it's not just small sellers.
Here's one thing I know about, and I'm not saying this about thrifting, so take that with a grain of salt when I say it. There's always 2 sides to the story, and we only hear one.
Because the other side never even tells you what their side is, much less the seller.
what?
They could have sent him a warning about those 2 products. There's places that they put it on your account that you don't know it's there. I found one of those places the other day. I had 7 IP claims that I didn't know about. Never got a notice for them, never got nothing. I went in, looked at them, called the person, so I got 7 IP claims. 3 hours later, they were gone. They do have things in place to warn you. Doesn't mean you see them because they fire. I get somewhere around 25,000 emails from Amazon a day. Try and sort that shit out. What's good and what's bad and what's important and what's not. I always overlook important emails from Amazon. I'm just saying, and this is not towards drifting. This is in general. There's usually something else that the bigger sellers don't tell you. Like, I know a lot of them sell, a lot of the big sellers on Amazon are into FDA regulated products such as supplements, vitamins, those type of products, consumable nutrition. A lot of it has to do with federal regulations, but they don't bring up that they didn't have the right testing done for their product, or they didn't have the right piece of paper that they needed from whoever.
Swamp Picker, that 1 cent charge. I tell you, we've gotten checks from Wells Fargo for 3 cents that somehow or another they left that 3 cents out of the transaction.
They have to because it's federally regulated.
Yeah, well, just deduct the damn thing. I mean, just reconnect it or redeposit it into the damn bank account. That 3 cents cost them $10 to send to me. But I wanted who was it up here? Somebody was talking about BH Photo, American Legend, BH Photo Video FTW. What do you mean by that? Because I buy a lot of stuff from from BH Photo. If you don't mind, explain that. But I always deal with them directly. I don't go through Amazon because I bought a scanner from them and I didn't open it for a month because that's my fault. But then it
Was
wouldn't
it too big
power
on the
on.
counter?
And I talked to
Was it too big on the counter?
do what?
Was it too big on the counter and you didn't measure it?
Asshole, no, it wouldn't power on. And I talked to Amazon about it. Well, why didn't you open it sooner? And I'm like, because I fucking didn't need to, and that's exactly how I put it. And anyway, they couldn't do anything about it. And I talked to B&H about it. And they said, "Well, you didn't buy it from us." And I said, "I don't know who. I got it from Amazon." And I gave them the number off of it. And they said, "No, that's not one of ours." So anyway, I bought it directly from them because in the past when I've had problems, I just call B&H and BH and they take care of it. Amazon don't give a flying frig anymore. I mean, so I'm just saying,
They're too big. They can't give the customer service that they gave 5 years ago. They have grown too big from 5 years ago.
and
Just like 5 years ago, they couldn't give the same service that they gave customers 10 years before that.
if I had grandchildren to buy pajamas for and stuff like that, Amazon is the last place I would buy that stuff from. Because if you go over and look at the federal recall list, all the children's clothing is sold by Amazon, and it's all this third party crap, and they're not they're not fire retarded or any of that kind of stuff. Um, Amazon's got real slack about their stuff.
So here, I've been doing this since full time since 2014, FBA since 2014 with retail arbitrage model. The one thing I would tell you is you need to look at what you do and understand Amazon and realize that if you're not moving towards FBM, you're going to be caught up in all this. You put in a great exposure. You're much better off building a local team that can fulfill for you. That if something happens, you can pivot to another platform. Also, is so important that you have a plan. Damn train. What happens if you lose the major platform? Because there are other options. I mean, are they?
Sorry, that's our
perfect.
That's our Air Force.
They're probably going to look at one of the drones right now.
They're going to go drop bombs about 100 miles from here.
Amazon lost $1,000 worth of product. I should say that. Too bad, so sad is basically what they said.
Yeah, I mean the rules that the first thing that got me not sending FBA in was that there was a time period where several warehouses were receiving boxes. They would receive your merchandise and say, "We received a 32-pound box," and then when they went to receive it, they accepted it from UPS, and they'd go, "Wait a minute, this 32-pound box is empty. You sent us 32 pounds of air." And you go, "Wait a minute, none of this makes sense." And they go, "Well, send us an invoice to prove that you owned what you said was in the box." That is the stupidest fucking shit you've ever heard. And they do this because they want you to jump through hoops to prove that they're wrong because they have come up so fast, like John says, that their systems are so fucking broken that they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground half the time. They don't. One side of Amazon does not know what the other side of Amazon does.
Like
at some point, that's going to catch up to them at some point.
Like
if they solely had to rely on selling, they'd go under.
Like says, Amazon seems to be picking on FBA sellers. That's because real estate is getting really expensive. And all that dadgum crap people are sending in is burning up real estate. I really think they would rather have John sending in 40,000 of the same item than having 40,000 onesies and twosies. That's mine. If I buy Corman and I sell it on Amazon.
I need that on command. So
I got a letter from one of my bike parts manufacturers saying you can't sell this item as new because you're not a reseller, you're not a licensed reseller, and we don't have to recognize the guarantee on it. You have to say like new.
So Absolute Fine says that would you recommend someone who sells mainly vintage try Amazon? Absolutely not. The problem with Amazon is their customer is so damn picky. They will come up with any reason whatsoever to that come back. And most of the categories, vintage does not work because there's not going to be a listing if it's past a certain.
Here's the problem. Basket Noodle says that Walmart, that Amazon's scared of Walmart, is fearful of Walmart. Amazon has nothing to worry about with Walmart until Walmart realizes they need to go in their own direction and be their own company. They want to try and go after Walmart and go after Amazon and do what Amazon does. Walmart has a very distinct advantage over Amazon. They have the stores in place to use as warehouses. They have the distribution to get the product to those warehouses. And now they have figured out how to deliver it last mile. If they focus continuously on people like Tom and everybody else that uses Walmart right now, they will be just as big, if not bigger, than Amazon. But their problem is they think they can go after it all, just like Amazon believes they can. They're both going to find out they can't. What's going to end up happening is Amazon's going to be for the product that you don't need now. And in Walmart, it's going to be for the product that you need now. Most younger buyers in the 20 to 35 year age range use both. If they need it now, they go to Walmart for the delivery to the Steve coming up knocking on your door with the product. If they need it tomorrow, they go to Amazon.
I'm still price conscious. Because certain platforms. Okay, so my boxes, the 10 by 4 by 4 box. I told y'all, the Boxery sells them on their website, including shipping, for $54. They sell them on Amazon, on eBay, for $47. They sell them on Amazon for $39.99. I buy them on Amazon. There's still a lot of people like me, John, that don't care about delivery time. It's what the cheapest cost, the cheapest value.
Oh,
wait. Sometimes it's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's sometimes eBay, sometimes Amazon.
I want to get directly to Thrifting Bros here. Are these products Monster Jam?
I don't know. He had the Asians. I can look them up. What's with Monster Jam?
Here's what I can tell you I've learned. I work with one of the largest licensing companies in the world that licenses movie rights and all this stuff. I can't disclose who they are or anything like that. Scott knows who they are. There are people that know who I work with. I work with the owners of that billion-dollar company that it has factories in 21 countries around the world. I cannot sell licensed product on Amazon for the reasons that he's struggling right now. We worked for, how long did I work on that deal? Over a year, right, Scott?
Mm-hmm.
I went and had a meeting with the board. And I still can't sell the product, even though they want me to sell the product. Disney says, we will put his name on the license agreement. And Amazon said, no.
Tennessee Picker.
If, what's his name? Do you know this guy, Scott?
Ray.
What guy?
Bros?
Steve? Yeah.
Reach out to him if he needs to talk to me. Tell him to call me. I can talk to him. If it's about Monster Jam, the brand, branded product, I can talk to him. I can talk to him and explain what the problem is. And all those other sellers that he sees will eventually get caught. What they're doing is they're going from the top down. They're working on the bigger sellers, and they're going through and they're nailing everybody for this stuff. I had 119 IP claims in my account one day. I had to get the owner of the factory, the manufacturer, the guy that holds the license agreements, on the phone with Amazon to get it straightened out. It is a major issue.
He doesn't do flags anymore, Simple.
Grumpy, what caused you to go bankrupt? Oh, I didn't go. The company where the flags were made went under during the pandemic.
It's
This is what I'm talking about. Amazon wants to work directly with the brand owner.
Yeah.
You cannot build a bundle on Amazon anymore unless you're the brand owner. I build bundles every day. Why? Because I own the brands.
All of these people, intellectual property.
Yep.
I keep talking about telling people because they're making all these things, cups with logos on it and stuff like that, national logos, and I'm like, you should be careful about that because that's intellectual property unless you've bought a agreement with them.
They're not going to crack down on you until they crack down on you, which goes to thrifting's statement. I understand Amazon and companies don't want their products sold by third parties, but they do until they don't.
Because there is a lot of people throwing this stuff out there, and I'm a minor interest in a company that manufactures T-shirts, and we have licensing agreements. These people will rip you apart. We have custom logos. We have a girl that is going to just rip you apart if you use one of our logos, even though it's a subset.
Is it just Monster Jam, or does it include Monster Trucks as well? They're two different lines.
Here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at with what I sell on Amazon. If I do not own the brand, or if I do not have dinner with the brand owner, I don't sell it.
I know, but I know because you've looked at all this, so I didn't know if you knew the difference because the Monster Jam and the Monster Trucks are different lines. One, they're still Hot Wheels and they're still Mattel, but they're completely different lines with different companies and different licenses.
But they may be after Monster Jam right now because they got a movie coming out or something's going to happen with Monster Jam, and they're cleaning up everything on Amazon, and that's how he got caught up. Next week it may be Monster Trucks. What I learned from all my phone calls with Amazon, with all my talking to lawyers, with everything that I've done to sell the product, there is nothing that can be done. The other thing is, if the UPC code on the back of the product does not match exactly to the UPC code on Amazon, it is counterfeit in Amazon's eyes. It's not counterfeit until they find it, and then it is counterfeit.
Somebody was talking about vintage stuff, selling vintage stuff on Amazon. Um, Todd, you still there, buddy?
Yeah.
How about that vintage leather jacket you sold to that woman?
What about it?
Oh, she ate him up because it stood up on its own. Could you imagine start selling vintage stuff? I think somebody made the comment about, it's vintage. The buyers will find the least little flaw to send it back to you.
She didn't want to send it back.
Well, actually, she wanted you to refund her money and keep the product.
Right.
But
Here comes another one.
If
Dallas Air Force Base getting after it.
Yeah. You got that recipe card for your fuel pump?
Yeah, go ahead and try that. Go ahead and try that now. That's all getting cleaned up. I'm telling you. What he's talking about is people used to take and copy a product and put this pen in and call it a bundle. You can't do that.
They stopped the bundling, didn't they?
No, I make bundles every day.
Oh, do they?
You have to be the brand owner.
Well, I'm just talking about like people used to go to Walmart, Dollar Tree and put together bundles, and then they would sell them as a bundle.
I made a fortune off of bundles back in the wild west days of Amazon.
All right, everybody, enjoy the snow. I got to go grab a bite to eat because we're recording the podcast in 20 minutes.
All right. Have a great one. Thanks, Scott.
I forgot who the guest is.
Not me.
I know the guest is. I hope 2025 starts out well for everyone. It's going to be one of them years. More and more changes. You got to be ready.
Stay warm, because there's a lot of cold weather coming. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.